Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I do hope you are all doing well today, man. I really do hope that. And welcome back to Chelsea News, mate, the daily series here on Football Therapy, where I consolidate everything interesting regarding Chelsea Football Club that's been reported round the rags and tell you what's going on, see what you think about it, man. Ask for your opinion. More importantly, wait, no, not more importantly, give you my opinion, but more importantly, ask for yours. That's my intro spiel. Anyway, this is a very goalkeeper themed video. There's been some stuff coming out into the rags that does pretty much indicate that Frank Lampard does want to change in personnel between the sticks. The leading roles in this great video are going to be Kepa Arrizabalaga himself playing the lead, Jan Oblak playing the superhero, Dean Henderson playing, can't be asked, Dean Henderson, and maybe some more. I also do want to talk about the fact how Atalanta left back Robin Gosens has risen to the surface yet again as the reported priority target for Chelsea Football Club. Probably because the whole Ben Chilwell thing has happened where Brendan Rodgers has waved Chelsea away. Basically no Ben Chilwell. So informative, exciting, and hopefully entertaining. If you like informative gear, you should check out OneFootball. Seamless, Yannick. That's right, this video is brought to you by the one-stop app for everything you need regarding football, OneFootball. I use it every day for alerts, transfer news, general football news, scores, fixtures, hey, match statistics, lineups, it's all there on the OneFootball app and it's completely free. You should absolutely do yourself the favor and check it out by clicking the link in the top of the description that I've left down there for you. Go and have yourself a little look and do yourself the favor. Alright, let's get into it. So Matt Law published an article on The Telegraph talking about how Frank Lampard is looking to get a new goalkeeper regardless. Actually, more specifically, regardless of Kepa leaving Chelsea or staying. I don't think that changes the profile of goalkeeper. Maybe it just pushes Willy Caballero down to third, Kepa down to second, new goalkeeper, if I can ever learn to speak English, first choice. But ideally, Chelsea Football Club will be looking to get Kepa's wages off the books. He's on best part of 200k a week. He's on like 170 or something. Quite a lot. Enter Valencia. So let's talk about that. We're at the point now where it seems Frank Lampard does not really trust Kepa, that he sees him make good saves, but he doesn't feel comfortable with him in goal. And we can all forgive Frank Lampard for that. The majority of Chelsea fans look at Kepa at the best of times and don't feel comfortable with him in goal. Now, I must offer the same disclaimer that I always do when I speak about Kepa. I don't think he's the worst goalkeeper in the world. I think he's a talented goalkeeper with good shot-stopping ability and the ability to play with his feet rather well. Having said that, he's had really poor numbers this season. Again, another disclaimer, largely down to a defensive line in front of him that keeps shifting around, which doesn't help a goalkeeper, but still, some shots have gone straight through him. So Frank Lampard reportedly wants to replace him. We got that. It would be very, very difficult to get a world record fee goalkeeper out the door who's had such a poor season. So enter the story of Valencia, which I have reported on before, that would be looking at replacing the number one citizen with Kepa Arrizabalaga and taking him on a 2-year loan deal. This exercise would benefit Chelsea the most because they could regain some value from Kepa. Remember, he signed a 7-year deal, so they're not losing loads of value by doing a 2-year loan deal. Exactly, they're hopefully going to raise his value by putting him in an environment where he can build confidence again and of course get his wages off the books. Valencia could offer that option. So let's talk about the goalkeeping targets. There's a couple that have circulated around the media these last couple of days. Of course, we all know about Andre Onana. I'm not going to talk about him today. We've kind of done him to death in many ways. We know he's a good goalkeeper that would cost less than £30 million from Ajax. Certainly a very strong option for Frank Lampard. But the two I'm talking about are a little bit more, probably even positive thinking. Jan Oblak. He is the dream, man. He's got a release clause of about 120 million euros. Ouch. Now, if you're ever going to think there's another goalkeeper that's going to break the world record fee, it is going to be Jan Oblak, the best goalkeeper in the world for my money. Such an incredible shot stopper, a commanding figure in goal. For such a big human being, this dude can make saves in the bottom right and the bottom left hand corner of the goal. He like teleports to being standing up and then being laying down saving. This guy is incredible. Atletico Madrid understandably do not want to sell him, even though Simeone and his assistant have already made comments on how apparently Chelsea want him. Madrid would not entertain a regular sale or anything less than the release clause of 120 million euros, which of course is too much, especially if Chelsea are looking to rebuild all over the pitch. But if they could strike a deal offering Kepa as well as 70 million, some reports are saying, Chelsea will look to do it. But this is such a radical investment that, to be honest, it's very, very difficult to see this happening. As much as I'd love to see Oblak at goal, it would absolutely supercharge Chelsea going forwards, literally be the difference maker, like when Alisson went to Liverpool, but probably more so because Oblak is just such a beast. But all things considered, it's a bit of a long shot. Maybe Atletico Madrid are in the red in FFP, even though apparently financial fair play is being relaxed. Maybe they could do some large amounts of cash after some heavy spending these last couple of windows. And maybe if Oblak says, yeah, I fancy going over there, seeing what's happening, maybe a deal can be struck. But whichever way you look at it, it's going to cost Chelsea a gargantuan amount of money. Right, moving on to one of my personal favourites, a Premier League feel-good story. Dino Henderson, on loan at Sheffield United, obviously a Manchester United goalkeeper. He has been pretty darn incredible this season, and Frank Lampard has been reported to be a big admirer of the young English goalkeeper. Now, the problem is, Dean Henderson is a Manchester United goalkeeper. Would United sell him to Chelsea? Well, here's the thing with Henderson. Pretty much every single football fan in the world right now who can actually see the game would tell you your Manchester United should put Dean Henderson in goal immediately and sack off David De Gea, who, let's be real, hasn't been the same since the 2018 World Cup. Henderson is making all kinds of saves and he looks like an incredible goalkeeper. The issue is Manchester United are in a very tight spot regarding this because David De Gea is on a new fresh contract, relatively fresh I think, for about 400k a week, some sort of gargantuan amount of money, the highest paid goalkeeper in the world on a fresh deal. You can't just get rid of him because no one's going to buy him, no one's going to absorb his wages, and suddenly Manchester United have a huge problem. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer feels like he has to stick with De Gea. Now, Dean Henderson wants to be the Manchester United #1. Apparently he's told that to Chris Wilder, his current coach, and apparently that's just the vibe. But if he looks at Manchester United and thinks, well, I literally can't displace this guy because of financial reasons, and, you know, perhaps Sheffield United can't afford to buy him because it will cost a lot of money, enter a club like Chelsea who are willing to pay a decent amount of money to give Manchester United, like, look, you can make £30 million here on a goalkeeper you can't use. That kind of deal and situation has to benefit both United and Chelsea so much. So if that's the case, if Dean Henderson liked the idea of joining Chelsea to be the #1, wanted to join the Frank Lampard project, walked up to Manchester United, put a transfer request on Woodward's desk and said, look, make yourself 30 million on a player that can't be starting for your team, maybe that could happen. Yeah. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm speculating and theorising here, but hopefully you can see my logic, and I'd love to see it personally. Possibly my preference, well no, my preference is Jan Oblak, but in terms of a realistic choice, plus Dean Henderson's Premier League proven, all that kind of gear. Anyway, we move. So let's talk about left backs. If we get a goalkeeper and a left back, and who knows, maybe like a Nathan Ake, Chelsea would be good to go on top of Kai Havertz to break and ruin football yet again. It's a really interesting situation because Chelsea was seemingly on the brink of signing Alex Telles a few months ago, whenever it was. It seemed like it was about to happen. Chelsea were doing business with Porto. Seemingly a similar situation arose with Ben Chilwell when reporters like Simon Johnson of The Athletic were saying he will be very surprised if Chelsea do not sign Ben Chilwell, and that kind of almost seems like an imminent signing also. But since Brendan Rodgers has waved away any notion that Chilwell will leave this summer, that he's for sale, he pretty much categorically said, no, not going, not for sale. So it leaves Chelsea in an interesting sort of place. Nicola Tagliafico has been a heavily linked player, but a player that's been linked to Chelsea before is of course Robin Gosens of Atalanta in Serie A. Gosens is an exciting player. He's 26 years old, which is a pretty good age, and he is an attacking left back / left wing back, predominantly playing left wing back. You feel like, well, is this just going to be another Marcos Alonso type? Probably not. I think his skill set and attributes suit left back much more than Marcos Alonso does. Better engine and better defensive capacity. But it does feel like it's not really 100% what Chelsea should be looking for in their left back target, but it's been touted to be £26 million. Very reasonable. Probably a third, or certainly much less than half of what a Ben Chilwell would cost. So it's interesting. He's used to playing very fast and dynamic, exciting attacking football for Atalanta. Boy, what a team those guys are. Frank Lampard probably watches that side and thinks, yes please, I want my Chelsea side to play like that. Who's really important there? The left back, Gosens. We really need a left back. Let's buy him. That's a reasonable price. Happy ending, everybody smiles, everybody dances. Anyway, I want your thoughts and opinions on this stuff I've spoken about in today's video, the players. Get down into the comment section below and express your thoughts and opinions on everything that I've spoken about, and if you've enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, that means a lot. What else? You can also follow me on social media at Football Yannick on both Instagram and Twitter. Feel free also to subscribe to my second channel where I have a bit of fun, Jan's Yard. I'll pin a comment in the top of the comment section. That's it from me, enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.